No, because we're only just going live now. So I think it should literally just like. So why is it really dark? Why is it really like weirdly clean?
Don't know.
Hi.
Hi.
Now I must post. The lighting's really strange, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's making my hair look really weird.
Is this too high? Does it need to be lower?
Maybe.
Let me know if it like changes anything.
We look really grey. Yeah, it's kind of better.
Cool.
I don't know, actually, it might be worse. Yeah, I think it's worse. Maybe shut the blinds.
Has anybody said anything yet?
Evening from Kent Clark.
Hi, Kent Clark.
Hello.
I know who you are, but I'm just going to not use your actual name just because I don't know if you want us to. It's really weirdly like the lighting's really strange.
Yeah. Do we normally have the main light on?
I think we do.
And then it gets that orangey glow.
Is that better?
I don't really know, to be fair. Come and have a look.
Can you use this?
Sorry, we have this problem every single time. Every single time.
Oh, I actually
just
don't
faff
know.
around with the lighting. I think it's the sun coming through the back of the. Maybe.
That's all good, bro. I'm easy. Just super sitting in my picture years ago. How's the weekend been? Yeah, it's been decent. How's yours been?
Try the warm thing.
You know what? It's all right. It's still us. How's everyone doing? Everyone else. But yeah, how's your weekend been, Kent Clark?
I went to go and see Guys and Dolls. That was fun.
I don't know what that is.
It's a musical.
Well, I know that, but I don't know what it's like about. Hello.
It's about some guys and some dolls.
Ashtown Love, how's it going? I feel like out of context. Just saying it's about some guys and some dolls is probably not the smartest thing to do.
It's like it's to do with like when gambling and everything like that got banned in America years and years and years ago. So it's based quite far back in time. And it's like to do with a missionary person, a Jesus.
A Jesus.
You know what I mean? Like one of those girls that like follow Jesus and they're
Jehovah's
trying to
Witness?
Not really, no.
Oh.
They're trying to convert people to the church and stuff like that. And she falls in love with a gambling like addict, but also like he's like a gangster kind of thing. And yeah, he's a guy, she's a doll.
Fair enough. It doesn't really sound like my thing, but fair enough. Ken Clark says, Wicked Mate, did affirmations today at my Sunday shop, felt euphoric, just did 369 scripting method, felt amazing, doing it still, feel the high now. These really get you in the state when you take it seriously. Absolutely. So keep going and you will get there. And then you say, can't thank you enough. Oh no, thank yourself for putting in the work. I can advise what to do and give suggestions and stuff, but if you don't put the work in for yourself, then no, you're not going to get anywhere. So it's all you. Crimson Music says, hey Crimson Music, how's it going? Ashley West says hello, howdy Chitra Roy says hello, howdy to you too. Ashtown Love says it's going good, finally starting to get into a good state. That's good to hear. It's good to hear. Anand Roy says hello Matt, hello Anand. By the way,
hello Anand from me then.
Yeah, for anyone, and like I don't know if any of you would, but for anyone that has been trying to message me on Instagram, my Instagram is like really messing up at the moment. I got logged out and now there's like issues with trying to log back in, so I'm really struggling to get into my own Instagram, my own Law of Assumption Instagram, so that's why I haven't responded to you much if you've messaged me on there. Jacqueline M says it's 3 a.m. where I am and I'm so glad to be here watching you guys live. Well, thank you very much for the commitment to come here at 3 a.m. My dreams don't even start until 3 a.m. I'm conked, but no, we will be here for about an hour, so 4 a.m. you'll get to go sleep. But yeah, thank you for the commitment. And Android says, oh, sorry, hello, Katie. Ashley West says, loving your videos. You are absolutely incredible. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. We do a lot to keep them up. Trying to find the time to record and edit and all that, lots of it tricky, but I'll keep it up. Anand says it's 1 a.m. for me. Wow, everyone's very committed to us. It feels nice. Chitra Roy put some stars. I think they're stars. Yeah, they're stars. So you can have a diamond. I can't do stars with my hands. And then Roy says, "Lo, I sleep at 5 a.m." Well, that's naughty then, isn't it? You should be going to sleep earlier. Looking at, oh.
I was looking at how we are appearing on live.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Crimson Music says, not too bad. My best friend since kindergarten is in hospital after a gnarly car crash the other night. Really trying to revise that one. He'll be fine though. Absolutely. He'll be perfectly fine. Everyone put in the chat that Crimson Music's best friend since kindergarten is absolutely healthy and doing better than ever. Let's all support. Ken Clark says, so happy to be in the same time zone right now. Aha. Where are you from? Whereabouts? Because we're from south of UK. I couldn't think of it. South of England. And it's, what is it now? 8:05 for us. Oh, Cambridgeshire. That's cool. Quite far from us, but
I thought that was quite close to us, Cambridge.
really, I thought it was like an hour or something drive. I might be
Yeah,
wrong.
but that's quite close if you think about the whole of England.
Oh yeah, the whole of it in comparison. Yeah, but
like they could be 6 hours.
yeah, but I'd have to plan to go there. Like I wouldn't just get in the car and go. And anywhere that I wouldn't.
You wouldn't like bump into them. That's what you mean.
Yeah. So that means it's far to me.
It's not like far.
Yeah. Ashley West says, how do you affirm correctly? I think I'm struggling with this. Like affirmations and affirming, like is affirmations and affirming the same thing? Yeah. So affirmations are the statement. Affirming is doing the statement. So the only things to keep in mind is make sure that your affirmation is from the end result, as if it's already happening or happened. And make sure that your affirmations are based on the thing that you want to happen, not the thing that you're trying to stop happening. So for example, let's say that you're trying to get rid of a third party. Your affirmation wouldn't be third party is no longer in the picture or third party is with someone else or anything like that. Your affirmation would be you with your person, because that would imply that the third party is no longer an issue and has been removed already, and your person is now yours. Those are the only two things that are an absolute must when it comes to affirming. However, you can make them better by adding emotion in. So I feel amazing. I feel loved. I feel XYZ that this has happened. And you can describe them. So I feel so amazing that now that I have all of this money, I can do this, 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 and this. And then you really feel into it. You really put in what you would be able to do if you had that thing. Because we get what we are, not what we want. And the more that you are able to be the person that has that, the more that you are going to be in the state, which means the more that you put behind the affirmation, essentially, the more of that state that you are embodying, the more description of the state you are becoming. Not a necessity, but in my opinion, that is how I've made affirmations work a lot better for me, by adding emotion and by adding description. And Roy says, Crimson's friend is completely healthy and doing well. Absolutely. IX Equilibrium. Hello, all present on the chat. Hello. Ken Clark says, send in love for your friend Crimson. He'll be okay. Good. I'm glad people are supporting. It's nice to see. Jacqueline M says,
Go on live chat.
oh yeah. Because then I'll end up missing people and then I'll get shouted at again. Let's see if I miss anything. Evening. That's all good. Don't think I missed anything. Hello. It's all going good. Yeah, I don't think I missed anyone.
No
Cool.
one's swearing, so we're all good.
Where did I get to?
Sorry.
No, that's right. I mean, I'm glad you pointed it out then. Jacqueline M says, I'm on the 7th solo vacation with SP. Definitely know where my mind was that caused this, but not going to deny that it still hurts. Any solid advice? So, hang on, let me reread that. I'm on the 7th solo vacation with SP. Definitely know where my mind was that caused this, but not going to deny that it still hurts. So, things do hurt and things will hurt, and things like you cannot avoid it. No matter the situation, you can be the most confident person in the world and you can still get hurt. You can be the most depressed person in the world and life will still find a way to show you that it can get worse. So your only job really is to feel it through to the point where you are able to accept what has happened, feel it, and then let it go, and then choose things to be different. You're not supposed to just barricade everything out and pretend like nothing happened, pretend like you haven't been hurt, pretend like you haven't seen what you've seen. You feel it through and then choose it to be something else, or choose it to mean something else, because you can choose the meaning behind anything and convince yourself that this is the way that it is, but that doesn't mean that you have to ignore the way that you feel. Feel it through, let it go, let those emotions come up and go, and you'll find that you find it a lot easier to go on forward. It either hurts less or it stops hurting altogether or anything like that, and allows you to then be in your state much easier and much more efficiently. You don't have to ignore it, and you're not supposed to ignore how you feel. You're just supposed to feel it through and then get back on what you wish to be true as if it already is true, more efficiently and sooner than just dwelling in it for the sake of dwelling in it. Chitra Roy says, Matt, you already know the struggles I'm going through, but I actually manifested two things today. One is one of my friends whom I fought with about a month ago, and second is money for my September trip. That's good. Definitely focus. Yeah, definitely focus on the successes that aren't to do with your main desire, because then it not only does it fuel you trying to manifest more things, but also the more that you accept things as true, the more that you react to things in a positive way, the more of them you'll bring in. So, thus creating assumptions that things are a certain way, thus making your life better in the long run. So, just continue to use those same sorts of methods and nonchalantness or whatever it is that ended up bringing those things in with your main desires, and they'll come in they'll come in basically. Ken Clark says, yeah, I think you guys are on the other side of London. Yes, are indeed. Crimson Music says, thanks, y'all. 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 Divana says, my SP's birthday is the 20th of July. We're in no contact. What to do? Well, nothing really. I wouldn't. Obviously, I don't know the dynamic of what's going on between you. If you're like, you say you're in no contact, so I'm assuming things aren't going great. I wouldn't force anything. I know as much as you might want to message, or as much as you might feel that it would be best for you to message, reaching out and manipulating the 3D, that isn't the best thing for you to do. You're probably creating conscious reasons to reach out that aren't going to benefit you in any way. My advice would be to just leave it. Have inner conversations with them, congratulating them for their birthday or happy birthday. You heard that as well, right?
Yeah, I did.
It sounds like a bird. Oh, it's a blind. I thought it was a bird.
But I don't know why the blind's moving itself.
I don't know.
It's one of the cats there.
I don't know. Yeah, have those inner conversations where you're like wishing them happy birthday or those kinds of things, and just continue to live in the end as if you are already together. Spend their birthday with you in your mind or whatever. Do what you got to do, but don't manipulate the 3D. It's just not going to. It's more than likely not going to end in the way that you want. Provide yourself the fulfillment of talking to them to yourself, and that will push out. Ashton Town Love says, haven't seen movement in my SP since last month, but I know there is movement even if I don't see it physically. I'm persisting and getting better at staying in the state by day. So that's good. I'm glad that you are coming with me saying haven't seen it, but I know that it's happening, because most people come here saying haven't seen it. What do I do? However, I would try to stop noticing that you haven't seen it. I know it's not quite that easy, but if you haven't seen the movement, then you are accepting and acknowledging that they aren't with you currently, which means as much as you're staying in the state, you are also still occupying the other state of I don't have this, which means you're occupying two stories at once. The one that you align with most, the one that you are able to accept as true to you more dominantly, is the one that will be in. So your acceptance of I haven't seen it yet is at this current moment in time outpowering your work being in the state of the new story. So try to quell and quash the I haven't noticed it yet kind of mentality, and just stick to your state as best you can. I know it's not easy, but the more you do it, the easier it becomes. It's skipped. I hate when it does that. It makes me sad. And Android says, gladly I've been able to kind of subdue the little desperations that I had. Pretty sure it'll probably be more than helpful for 3D to catch up. Probably, yeah. So the more that you're able to let go of neediness, desperation, all that lot, the easier it is for you to stay in state, which allows things to catch up easier. The more that you are needy, the more that you're desperate and all that lot, the more that you're saying, I do not have this thing. This is why I feel this way. And then your subconscious mind goes, oh, we don't have this thing. Proof. So the more that you feed it what you want, the more proof it will push out for you to experience what you've been feeding it, basically. Ken Clark says, when I add the feeling adjectives in and gratitude, my heart starts beating fast and I feel amazing when doing so. Absolutely. I've started doing a gratitude journal basically daily, and my gratitude journal isn't overly descriptive. So it'll just be like, I'm so grateful for new and returning clients. I'm so grateful for Katie and I's relationship, all those kind of things. But the gratitude behind there is basically saying, I have this and it feels good to have this. So absolutely. Equilibrium says, hi, Katie and Matt. I watched some of your videos. They do a lot for me. I'm sure, although I'm still not very aware of it, feel like you fill the gaps very well, sir. I'm South as well. Oh, sorry, I need to reread that. My brain couldn't. Hi, Katie and Matt. I watched some of your videos. They do a lot for me. I'm sure, although I'm not very aware of it, feel like you fill the gaps very well, sir. I'm South as well, Devon. Oh, wow. I'm glad that our videos help. That's obviously what we aim to do, is to try and fill the little spots of knowledge that people might have. Because I remember when I first started it, all of this myself, like watching it, you'd watch like a 20-minute video and the first 5 minutes would be like intro and coaching services, like selling themselves. And then it would be like 10 minutes of just complete baffling and wobbling on. I did those wrong way, babbling and waffling on, and then it would be like, oh, and by the way, this is what you do. So I tried to make it so my videos were just here, have the information. So I'm very glad that it helps. And my grandparents are from Devon, so I think one of them's dead now, but I think the other one might be dead as well. Actually, I don't know. Something's gone on down there. But if you see him, say hi. Ashley West says, "How
What are
does
their names?
Terry and Ellen?"
That might help them find them similar.
I think it's not really worth it, to be honest. Like, they're not very nice people. Ashley West says, "How does thought transmission work?" It depends on what you believe in. My view on thought transmission isn't so much like I think something and then it like into someone else's brain. My kind of thing is just if I have the assumption to be true of something that someone else would think, that person would then think it. So I wouldn't think that if I was to go like, Katie loves me, that in itself would go over to her and then she would think that I think that she thinks she loves me, if that makes sense. Because I know some people think that what you think the other person picks up and then begins to think it. But to me, that sounds like if I was to say Katie loves me, she would then pick that up as Matt thinks that I love him. If that makes sense. But in my opinion, thought transmission is essentially like my version is Katie loves me, and then Katie's like starts to then have thoughts and stuff of I love Matt. If that makes sense. That's what I believe thought transmission is. So if you're like assuming that your person thinks a certain thing about you, that is just what they will think. That is your thought is transmissioning over to them where they think this certain thing, which is why so many people will come to me saying, I think my person has moved on. I think my person doesn't want me sexually. I think like, or doesn't want me romantically. That's why that plays out, because your thought transmission is, I think that they think this. And then that means that they think that because that's your assumption of them. Dev says, hi Dev. On Friday, my SP came to the Clubhouse, the app I use. People told her that I told them that she's my girlfriend, so they confronted her. She then got upset that I used her name and spread rumors, act as if gone wrong. Okay.
I did not react.
Oh, is there more? Oh, but I did not react. I just one day my subconscious will accept my assumption. Yeah, so I mean, I don't blame you for like, because obviously the whole idea is acting as if and stuff. But if it's something that could potentially cause some friction in the 3D, I wouldn't do it. Like obviously, as you've experienced here, telling people that she is your girlfriend, while in one aspect that is acting as if the 3D world might not have caught up yet, and that obviously would then could potentially go wrong for you. But yeah, don't react, don't like revise it if you want to, and like you say, your subconscious mind will eventually pick up your assumptions, or you'll get into that state long enough for it to pick it all up, and then things will play out. But yeah, just be careful when it comes to the acting as if. Just be careful with what kind of things that you are acting as if with. Ashley West says, how do you truly test the law? So for me, it was, I wrote down a list of a few things that I tried to manifest in that were insignificant enough where I didn't have an old story, but significant enough that it wouldn't just be coincidence. Like someone that isn't very complimenting me, or an old friend reaching out, or anything like that. And then I would do a couple of affirmations here and there, kind of like feel it real and everything, and then just let it happen. And then if it happened, then I would mark it down. If it didn't, then I just keep going until it did. That's one way. The other way is I looked back at my life and kind of any like significant events that I had experienced in my life, I would then try to see if I could remember what kind of thought processes I was having at that time. And then I would be like, okay, so at the time I was thinking this quite frequently, and then all of a sudden this happened, which is along the same lines. And that's how I kind of just tested it and proved it, was by having small insignificant manifestations that I kept track of and looking back to see if anything had manifested in the past, both good and bad. Luis Francisco says, what happens if I manifest my SP and he is manifesting another person? In your reality, that can't happen. I do plan on doing a video on this very soon on my belief when it comes to like the way the realities work, but just a brief summary right now. I believe that there's infinite amount of realities that we occupy. There are certain aspects in science that do prove this, not enough to say that, yes, there's an absolute definite, but there are a lot to say that it is quite a likely likelihood of happening or being the case. So I believe that we all occupy our own individual reality, and each one of us has infinite amounts of reality. So there'll be infinite amounts that I occupy, infinite amounts that Katie occupies. In this reality, I occupy a reality in which Katie and I are here, you guys are all there, and so on and so forth. If I was to then change my assumptions about something, I would then occupy a separate reality that has different things. So you are manifesting your person, and unless you give them the power to do so in your reality, because remember, what you assume to be true will be true, they cannot do it because this is your reality. However, they will have their own in which they could be manifesting you or manifesting someone else, but that is a separate reality. That is not your current one. You occupy your one and they occupy their one. That's my belief. Other like people out there might have different ones. So if you're looking into more, if you want more reasons for that or behind that, that is different to mine, then by all means go check out some other like YouTubers or books or whatever. But that's my belief behind it all. Did you have anything that you want to say on that? Okie dokie. And Android says, about success, I forgot to share with you. I manifested my teacher coming in half an hour late because I was watching a show during the break, and she actually came back that late. As she said, she just got some unavoidable stuff that delayed her. Hey, that's a nice little success story.
Oh, actually, going on success stories. So in the last live, someone was like, "Hey, I manifested some free chicken wings," and then I was like, "Do you know what? I'm gonna get us chicken wings." And we got free chicken wings.
Yeah, we actually did. I remember when she opened the box and counted, and I was just like, there's no fucking way. I was like, there's no way that we've got free chicken wings after someone else said it. But yeah.
Yeah, that was quite funny.
Yeah. Who was that? Was that Dev that did that? That got that? I can't remember who it was that said that they got the free chicken wings. But yeah, well done, Anand. Any success is a success. Dev says, or maybe it has already been impressed. Who knows? I'm just going to affirm. Sit with it, feel it through, let it go, let the old story go, and then continue to choose reality to be the case. Don't just blindly affirm over it and cover it up, because then you're accepting that there is a problem that needs covering. I'm sure you already know that. I just like to reiterate it for anyone else that might have looked at it and then gone, oh, we just affirm over the problem. Jacqueline says, have you ever at any point of your journey of manifesting felt delusional, especially when there are pockets of time where you feel so calm and whatever you desire is already done? Yeah, but that's kind of the point. So you're supposed to feel delusional because you're telling yourself something exists that doesn't exist. But the thing is, and I wish that people would look at this from a broader statement, you're always doing this. Anytime you have a thought, you're always doing this. You were delusional when you were in the relationship to cause the breakup. So there's no reason why you shouldn't be delusional now to get it back. Like me and Katie, we're doing fine, but then I start thinking wrong. I start thinking about breaking up, blah, 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 blah. I'm being delusional. I'm being in the state of, oh, well, we're just going to break up. We're just broken up, blah, 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 dating other people, whatever you want to call it. And then that plays out. So being delusional lost me the breakup. So there's no reason, or caused the breakup. So there's no reason why being delusional shouldn't then recreate the reconciliation. And the statement, and I actually got this from the guy at Be Something Wonderful. He's another YouTuber. I definitely recommend it. He's a lot more on the scripture and Bible description. So if you don't want any of that really long-winded and confusing stuff, then maybe don't check him out. But I think he's an incredible YouTuber. So definitely check him out if you're interested. He had a video the other day where in it he said something like, it's not fake it until you make it, it's faking it is making it, because you are pretending to be in the state of already having or not having, depending on what you're trying to do. And that then creates that reality because you are assigning that to be true to you. So faking it till you make it or faking it is making it are all saying be delusional, but you'll get what you want out of it. So yes, there are times when I felt delusional, like when I affirmed fucking thousands of times to say that I worked for the company I work for now. But looking back, I would have done that 3 times over if I had to, because I now work for the company that I wanted to work for back then. Being delusional for that month got me my highest paying job that allows me a lot more freedom from working at home, good location, good hours, all that kind of stuff. So feeling delusional isn't the problem. Allowing that delusion to take over and giving up, that's the problem, in my opinion. Oh, what's this? Ah, Kent Clark. Enjoy yourselves another bottle of rosé on me, courtesy of your money manifesting affirmation. Ah, thank you very much. I really, really appreciate that. Like, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much, Kent Clark. Do you want me to use your name? Because I know your name, but I don't know because you put an alias here. But thank you very much. I really, really appreciate that. It means a lot to us. But yeah, if you don't mind me using your name, then because also Kent Clark feels really weird to say because obviously it's supposed to be Clark Kent, which is what we've all grown up on. So I have to like force myself to say Kent Clark.
I read it as Ken for the whole time. Didn't even
Really?
notice the T. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, it's meant to be. It's like the opposite of Superman.
yeah,
You are man super now.
man super.
But no, thank you so much. We really, really appreciate that. It really does mean a lot. I gotta find where I was. Have you ever got to the point of? Oh yeah. So hopefully that explains like the delusional stuff. Like, or if you mean delusional as in like, oh, I feel like it's already done and it's still not here yet, like that kind of delusional. I felt that too, and that's a good place to be because that means that part of you or the majority of you believes that you already are experiencing this thing, and usually, I'm not going to promise anything, but usually your desire is not far behind that. I remember when, what was it? There was one thing that I was just like, yeah, that's the case. I think it was the job, and like I just kind of knew that like, oh yeah, I remember. So when they denied me my first interview, they said that they weren't giving me the job. I checked the email, but I didn't react to it. Nothing, even though I was really like, I would have been gutted because I really wanted this job. When I saw, sorry, you've been unsuccessful, something about me said that like that wasn't that wasn't the problem, or like it wasn't a problem. I felt calm. I felt like clear about it. The reason being is further in that email, which I checked after finishing the game I was playing, it actually said, however, we do have this role that we want you to try out. And I also didn't get that one. But then I ended up getting the third role that I went for. So that's also another thing. Don't give up. Just because something bad happens does not mean it's the end for you. But yeah, I understand what you mean by the delusional, but faking it is making it. Giovanna says, hi, disappear without any reason. I texted him in 7th April, but he don't respond. Okay, so nothing happens without reason. You may not you may not experience the exact thing that you were thinking, as in like, what the hell? For example, let's say your person moves away. You may not have been living in the end of them moving away. However, you might have this assumption that they don't want to be with you and that it's impossible for you to get them back and so on and so forth. And thus, this pushes out, creating a circumstance that to you would deem that it's impossible for them to move away, to be getting back. So in your instance, they wouldn't just disappear without any reason. There would be something that you had created the assumption of that would have made it so that they disappeared. Furthering that, texting them and chasing them and sort of stating that they didn't respond is basically you in a needy, lackful state, which is going to cause them to basically repel further away. Not in a law of attraction, like push pull kind of way, but you are stating that you don't have this. You are stating that you're needing to chase it because it's out of your reach. Thus, your subconscious mind is pushing that out. So, for you, my advice would be let go of the idea that he disappeared without any reason, because A, that doesn't serve you, and B, that's not taking accountability. Once you take accountability for what you created, you can also then use that same mentality to take accountability for the things that you do create. So, let go of that old story. Let go of any part of you that believes that he left with no reason. Stop reaching out. Take your sort of energy back. Allow yourself to just let it go. Work on yourself and become the best version of you that you can be, because self-concept is everyone is you pushed out. So if you see yourself as amazing, they will see you as amazing, and then live in the end of already having this person. Don't look at the 3D. Don't try to manipulate it. Basically, how you want them to view you is how you should view yourself, and that will push out on them and they will view you in such way. Then if you're living from the end of already having your desire, over time that assumption will push out, thus meaning a bridge of incidents will happen, one of which might be they message you, one of which might be you bump into each other. Doesn't matter. Bridge of incidents will happen, bringing you closer to your end goal. So don't look into the 3D, don't acknowledge that they've left, don't anything like that. Just continue to live in the end of your desire. JRC, hello everyone. Hey JRC, nice to have you here. I was wondering when you were going to pop up. How you did? Chitra Roy says, honestly, after being a member, I think I got a sense of support. It might be all in my head, but now I totally feel like I have a person who will listen to me without judging me. Thank you for that, guys. Oh, absolutely. Like, we don't judge any of you. Sometimes, obviously, I might take a little bit longer to get back to you than I'd hoped because I have a lot of clients and stuff, but absolutely nothing about any of your stories at all are being judged. And none of them ever get a half-ass, I can't be asked to respond to you kind of thing. Sometimes the answer is as simple as just remember what your goal is and go with that. Sometimes it is just a simple answer, but absolutely, like, we are always there to support you as best we can, and we will be there to support you as often as we can. Absolutely. Top FJS says, I keep seeing variations of my SP's name. For example, if her name is Stephanie, I keep saying Stefania, Stephanie, Stefan, etc. Only been affirming for a little bit and felt a mental switch. Well, that's obviously your mind is being impressed with the idea of Stephanie being in your life, and you're now experiencing more of Stephanie showing up in some form or another. What you just keep doing is keep doing what you're doing, and eventually it will show up. Keep the fulfillment of being with Stephanie as your person, or if it's not Stephanie, it's a different name, then the fulfillment of being with said person, and eventually it will push out. Abonea put an eyeball emoji. I closed the wrong eye. Eyeball.
It's absolutely boiling. So
it
I
is-
just went and opened the back door and trying to like get some air in here.
It is mental.
It's
Have we
so
got
hot.
ice? Because we could just like drink an ice. I pour this into a cup and then.
Yes. Do you want me to go make you
Could you
a
do
nice
that,
drink?
please? Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you want that in a cup, or do you want me to?
Oh, there's like nothing in here. Might as well a new one. Thanks,
so a
babe.
new one.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
JRC says, Chitra, it is so true. It's hard when you don't share what you're doing and believe with people around you, no one to talk to. Yeah, it's one of those things where you want to talk because you need support, but a lot of people don't either believe in it or have never even heard of it, and then it feels like you are kind of stuck in your own mind. So that's why we created the Discord and that, so that more people can just voice their opinions, even if it's just, what do you think of this, or this is what's going on. We just wanted to have another support outlet where.
Are you okay with ice that's going to melt, or do you want this plastic ice?
Plastic preferably, but I don't mind either way. Sorry, what was I going to say? Yeah, just anything, just a chat. Like, none of you have to actually ask me questions either. Like, it doesn't have to be a case of you have to stay silent until you have a question. If you want to, you can DM me, or if you're part of the Discord or whatever, just drop me a line saying like, oh, hi, this is what I'm working on today. And then that's it. Just to let us know, like, how things are going and what's going through your mind, anything. Like, that's what these services are for. They're for you as best as you can. They're for you as best as we can be there for you. And then Roy says, bruh, congrats for the free chicken. Oh, absolutely. It was one of those things where you look at it and you just kind of like, there's no way. Abonea says, my feminine urge to scream at the wine glass that's Katie's holding to see if it breaks right now. Well, we wouldn't hear you scream, so you just look like a muppet in your own house, because everyone downstairs or upstairs or whatever in your house will hear you scream, and we'd have no idea. Dev says, people say that I should see a therapist, and I've gone mental saying that she's my girlfriend. One of my friends said manifestation won't work. I'm ruining my life in La La Land. Well, people can have their opinions. My friends, I'm almost certain, don't believe in manifestation. We don't talk about it. And one of them kind of makes jokes every now and then, like, oh, why don't you manifest it and all that kind of stuff. But I'm almost certain that they don't believe in manifestation. However, they cannot, under any circumstance, look at the way that my life is now compared to a year ago and say that at least my mindset, if they can't get involved with law of assumption, that at least my mindset hasn't created a shift. Highest paying job, a great relationship, coaching business is extremely successful, YouTube channel that's doing really well, best physique I've ever been in. Like, every single aspect of my life, even my friendships have improved since they were last year. So every single aspect of my life has improved. And whether or not it's due to law of assumption or just general mindset stuff, using your mind and thinking of things the way that you wish them to be gets you the results that you want. So even if they don't believe it, and even if you're wasting your life in La La Land, give yourself a year, and then of really applying the effort, putting in the work and all that, look back a year from now and then see what is different. Because for me, a year ago, Katie and I had only just got together, and I'd quit my job. I wasn't doing very well financially. I wasn't doing very well with anything. And then, like, now look at me now. I have people online who are literally like thanking me for basically existing because I'm there to help you guys. Like, my life is, I have people online that basically, thank you very much, that like wait for me to go live, that look forward to my videos, that are happy to just message me saying, I love your videos, keep doing your work. Some people even donate, like as we've seen with Ken Clark, some people donate just because I've been there to help you guys. And this is all down to the law of assumption. So if they want to believe that you're a La La Land, let them believe it, because I and many other people are proof that this all works, and you should absolutely apply it. Oh, Ray's come in. Sasha Ross says, what if you just found out someone is moving away to a new city to start a new job? Is it wrong to change them to stay since they seem happy with the decision? I was about to reach out to hang out and just found out they're moving away. I don't know how I manifested that circumstance. Like I said earlier, you don't always necessarily manifest the specific circumstance, but something in your awareness would have created this kind of circumstance for you. I can't obviously say what it was because I don't know your situation exactly, but something would have made that. However, I personally don't feel like it's wrong because, like I said earlier, I believe that there's millions of realities and you basically just occupy a different one. So all you would then do is just occupy one in which they moved back or in which like they chose, or they didn't go. I don't think that you are taking your person in your reality away from their thing. I believe you just start to occupy something separate, a different reality in which this is the case for you. Because remember, we get what we are, not what we want. So in order for you to occupy that reality, you must already be that. So you must have already existed in that, if that makes sense. So I don't think it's wrong because in my opinion, all you are doing is just jumping over to a reality where that is already the case. I'm going to have a drink.
I think also as well, if you do like genuinely feel any kind of guilt about it, you could create them something a hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
Like you could create them a much better job that they want local to them. Like you could just create something even better than what they're going for.
Not only that, but I said this in my video ages ago about free will and guilt and that. All you are doing is imagining something. What is wrong with imagining something? You know, like if, for example, and this is a really drastic example, but let's say, for example, someone was to die and you were imagining them dying and you feel like you caused it, that would not hold up in court. If you were sat at your home at the day that they died, no one would be able to prosecute you because all you did was use your imagination. Using that same principle of logic, someone moving back just because you sat there and used your imagination, no one can sit there and blame you for it because it doesn't hold up. Most people don't believe in this stuff. So how would they be able to sit there and go, oh, well, it's your fault because you made them come back using your imagination? It's so don't worry about feeling guilty. Absolutely. Like just
also don't imagine people dying.
Yeah, obviously don't, but it was, you know what I mean? Like it was an example.
That was an extreme example, but don't do that.
Yeah, but I wouldn't worry. It's not wrong. You want what you want. You're here to experience this world in every kind of way that makes you happy. And if you being happy involves someone being with you, then you have every right to live in the end of experiencing that. Top FJS says, why can't I get myself to affirm? Like, I know I keep affirming my SP will show up, but I'm just scared. Not even sure why. Maybe because it's too easy. What, affirming is too easy? Well, if that is what you mean, yeah, because it's not hard. I know, like, the hardest part is changing your assumptions, but it's not supposed to be hard, to be honest, because all it is just thinking of things in a different light. It's not like you have to jump over a million hurdles. Literally, embodying the state is all you have to do. Just become a new version of yourself to experience this new thing. That's simply all it is. It isn't meant to be hard. And I think it being too easy is a good thing. Like, obviously, you don't want it to be hard. Ashley West says, I'm sorry, can you revise using affirmations? Yeah. So let's say like you had an argument with your SP in the morning. Instead of dwelling on the argument, you could literally just say, me and SP had such an amazing morning this morning together. Or the only reason SP and I are apart right now is because I had to go to the shop and they had to go somewhere else. You could literally just change the events in your mind and things play out very differently. Or things reconcile a bit differently. You can use any kind of affirmations to revise. You can script, visualize, whatever. Any affirmation. You can just simply forget that it even happened if you really wanted to, if you just don't give it any power. You know? Ken Clark says, you can call me by my name, no probs. Enjoy. Thank you, Callum. I really appreciate it. It's so much easier. And Android, this is what I've got it wrong. Please. I hope I've got it right. No, I know I haven't. Ashley, oh no, Ashley, sorry. And Android says, Matt just said, can't read.
Matt just said you aren't stopping them. You're switching into a reality.
We need someone to come read for us.
Where they didn't leave for the city or came back. There is nothing to feel bad about manifesting, guys. Chill out.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you have no reason to feel any kind of guilt. And again, and I don't know if any of you do watch Living from the End with Joey, but he's like really high on this topic at the moment of ego. If you are just in a loving end result with your person, it's the best for everyone. If you're trying to affirm stuff like I'm the only person my person will ever love, and like my person can't leave the house without thinking of me every second, all that kind of stuff, then yeah, you're kind of trying to control someone's life. But if it is literally just like, I'm so grateful to be in this loving relationship with SP because they chose to stay with me instead of moving away, you're stating that it's a loving relationship, they chose to do it, all of these kind of things, and you're basically saying that this is the best for everyone. You're not caging them, you're not like stopping them from moving and bringing them back and like holding them tight. You're doing it from like a state of love, like I love this person, they love me, we made it work. That's all it is. So if you're doing it from that angle, you're doing what is best for everyone. And all, like again, like Anand said, like I said, you're just shifting to a reality where this is already a case, and you're doing it from a loving perspective, which means there is no reason for it to be a bad thing, because you are doing what's best for everyone. In that reality, you are with your person because they came back or chose not to go in the first place. And you're in love with them, they're in love with you, and it's great and everyone's happy. So there's nothing bad about it, like Anand says. Callum says, haha, most people never got that it's Clark Kent backwards. You're the first to notice. Really? That actually surprises me. I thought like Clark Kent was kind of like Bruce Wayne. It's one of those that like you say it, most people know, but I suppose not. Abonea says, oh God, tell me about that. I'm still in shock right now. When I found out that the state SP has an option to move in, got the first cases of monkeypox. I didn't even know it was a thing. He got the option to stay in the same state I'm in, to state right next to ours, and I had to read that again. Oh God, tell me about that. I'm still in shock right now. When I found out that the state SP has an option to move in, got the first cases of monkeypox, he got options to stay in the same state I'm in, to a state right next to ours, and to a state further from ours. He wasn't convinced to go to the state further from us, and now we found out that the state which is right next to ours got first cases of pox. Now he's an option to stay with me. Oh, that's great. That's good. Very, very long-winded way of going around it, but that's great. I'm happy for you. The reason that I found that difficult to read was because I kept thinking state as in like embodying the state. So I was trying to think of what you meant, and then I realized you meant state as in like place. But no, that's great. I'm glad to know that he is sticking around. Natty J says hello, howdy, howdy.
Hi.
Natty J also says, I've had several dreams last night about the complete opposite of everything I want. I usually don't let dreams affect me, but I feel very low today. Whenever I have dreams that are undesirable, I just choose to believe that they are your subconscious mind flushing out. It's basically going, here's what we have. Are you sure you don't want this? If you dwell on it, then you're creating more of it. If you don't dwell on it, then it's like, well, I've got fucking nothing else to show you now. So I would try to see this as a good thing. I know it sucks when you've had dreams that don't feel good, because I've been there. But if you can make the best out of it, it will benefit you much more in the long run. And then she also says, by the way, love your out. By the way, love your outfit, Katie.
Thanks.
I can't speak.
It's really girly.
It's very nice though.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a play suit as well, so I'm not going to stand up and show you, but yes, shorts.
she looks yummy. Abonea says, now I realize, Matt, did I tell you that during the phone call with my SP the other day, when I made that potential plan to meet up with a mutual friend who lives in the same street as SP and I, pushed the date to later dates, and he sounded sad because he thought he'd be moving out. Now I realize this dude sounded sad when I pushed the dates reasonably because I want to spend time with him alone and get back, thinking that he'd move out, but now he has an option to stay here, and I feel relieved now. Also, thanks, Anand. Why'd you delete the message? Oh, I didn't see what Anand said, so I mean, let's not cause any issues. But I'm glad that your SP is sticking around and that he was sad that you couldn't meet him and stuff, because this means that he's your boy. He's gonna be yours, and then you're gonna be posted as the next success story. I have more success stories to post actually. I'm still going to do a video I think soon, but I just decided to just do little community posts just because they're like quite easy to do. J Dree says, I'm sure I manifested the split. I didn't know what manifestation even was. Now seeing 1111 and more 2222. Does this mean anything? It depends what you believe. In the law of attraction, all of these angel numbers are like very valid and so on and so forth. However, signs and birds before land and everything should only be used to fuel you at best. in some cases, I even think that signs should be ignored, because accepting a sign to be true is in a way saying, I don't have this yet, because here is this thing saying that it is on its way. So sometimes signs, angel numbers, all of those kind of things, anything that you associate with your desire coming closer can be ignored unless you are able to use them as a way to fuel you to go further. Angel numbers, I'm not too big on. I personally, just because I don't really care for them. I like, if I'm going to see signs, I like signs that are like, actually, yes, here is my person's name. Here is my person's car. Here is, numbers I don't care for. If you enjoy seeing these numbers and they make you feel good, then absolutely use them as signs that it's all coming closer. But remember, the job isn't done until you have your full desire. So just because you're seeing more numbers and angel numbers and all that kind of stuff doesn't mean that you stop there. You continue going until you get your full desire. JRC says, you guys are amazing. I can't imagine a workload. You actually care about your followers, and that's huge for us all. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, I'm always going to be there as much as I can. I respond to as many comments. I think I've responded to every single comment. I don't think there's any that I've missed. But I respond to every single comment. Obviously, we try and do like 3 videos a week and the live stream, and it is a lot of work, including the coaching. But I knew this when I took it on, that if it ever would go somewhere, that this would be part of it. And I made that like vow, I suppose you could say, to myself, because I started this in secret. Katie didn't even know I was doing YouTube until like maybe a month later or something. I made that vow to myself that if I was going to help people, then I would help people. I wouldn't just go, here's some content, give me your money, and that's that. I wouldn't like be ridiculous with it. I'm here to help as many of you as possible, because I want you to all have the life transitions that I've had, and even better. I want you to do better than I have. So absolutely, I'll always be there to try and do as much as I possibly can. And I'm currently in the process of like discussing with Katie and stuff like that about potentially dropping hours at my job so that I can actually do this more, because at the moment, the amount of clients that we're getting and like the amount of money that we're making from YouTube and everything is going to allow me to do that. But then that doesn't mean that I'm like, oh, woo, I can slack. This then means that I'll be using that time to work on this even more, which means potentially more videos, more client responses. And it just basically means I'll be able to give more to you lot, because I enjoy doing this a lot and I want to do more. And yeah, so yeah, I'll always be here trying to do.
I was just going to say, I have absolutely nothing to do with the emails. That's all like him.
Me.
And yeah, he does so much already. But like, I don't know how he fits you all in, but he does. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know, because I think it can be quite like nerve-wracking sending out your story and then like, oh, who's going to see it? But it is just him. He just sees it. He is the one that responds and everything like that.
Yeah, I pretty much don't stop working. Like, I do emails throughout the day on my phone, and then I do emails on the way home. If Katie's not in, I'll do all of my emails when I'm home. I literally, most days, I'm working up until like 10 o'clock at night. Not just on this, obviously, including like gym and stuff. Like, I'm always occupied and doing something until very late. So, but that's the whole point, isn't it? Really, like when you have goals and you have accomplishments that you want to accomplish, you have to put in the work. And this is what I say to all you guys: it's all about discipline and putting in the work. Knowing is only half of the battle, and even then, you learn more by applying and failing or succeeding. So it's all about, like, I had no idea how to run an online business. I had no idea how to start a YouTube or anything like, well, I know how to start one, but I didn't know like how to get it going. And the only way that I was ever able to learn was by just doing it and learning. And that's one of the things that I try to implement in my coaching and stuff, is to just do the work, live in the end, do this, instead of trying to. I'm more than happy for people to ask me questions, because it's great, because obviously you're learning. But if you don't apply it, then you're never really going to get to know the actual answer, because it's the application and the learning from experience that matters more than anything when it comes to this. Because I can tell you how to live in the end, but you might not like the way that I live in the end. You might prefer affirmations or visualizations, whatever. But until you apply it, you won't know any better. So that's why I'm always advocating discipline and sort of you guys doing your own work as well, sort of thing. But yeah, we do a lot, and we will continue to do a lot, basically, until people stop watching.
Which will be never.
At this rate, yeah. I don't think we've had a day where we haven't grown as a channel.
Right, everyone? You're always going to watch, yeah.
Yeah. Anand says probably because of the last stream. Oh, I'm assuming that's in relation to Abinay asking why he deleted the message. I didn't see it, and let's just leave it. If it was deleted, it was deleted for a reason. Abinay says, "Yeah, I guess it's better to move on from it because I generally don't remember what happened and laugh my ass off. Run. Out of context, they're completely random. But yeah, let's just leave the last stream out of it. And Run's gone somewhere else. I don't know where she's gone. Kind of says your video about switching up the music was a game changer for me. I've gone from Sad Boy City and Color to dancing in the kitchen, feeling phenomenal with upbeat house music. Can't recommend it enough. Yeah, it's something that you don't even notice, but I'll notice that if I start listening to like sadder people, I'm like, oh, Katie, what's wrong with us? Why are we like this? And then I listen to like Evacuate the Dance Floor by Cascada, and I'm like, just having a good old time. JRC says occupying the state when you have had a lifetime of the opposite is a little bit tougher, but I really put the effort in. Yeah, it's easy in practice, but when, like you say, when you've had a whole lifetime of doing everything else and been told that you have to work to get anything, it is tricky. But once you get those first like successes, the small ones, and then like maybe one or two big ones, you realize just how easy it is when you just convince yourself it's true, and then it's just like that. But it is it no one said it was like, obviously I know I said earlier it's easy. In like practice the work is easy, but like, sorry, in theory the work is easy, but actually in practice it is tricky to begin with, for sure. Abinaya says, Ken, try BTBT by BI. I've been lately obsessed with that song non-stop. Also, I recommend an artist named Kiltro. I don't know. Start off with The Drunk, my ultimate favorite artist of all time. Music. Who have I been listening to lately? What are my saved songs? I've been listening to my own music because I'm vain. Because I actually have a folder here that's like my music. That is obviously it's backwards, you can't see it, but it says my music, and this literally means my music. This is the stuff that my band does. um, but at the moment, I've been listening to a lot of Daddy Fat Snaps. It's this guy that does like rap songs about games and films and stuff. And I've been listening to like his Broly rap from like the Super Broly film, Omni Man rap, the One Punch Man rap. I love his flow. His flow is really cool, and he's got that weird like gravelly voice, and I think it just sounds sick. So I've just been like listening to that at the moment, and it stops me being from a sad boy. It feels empowering because you hear like you're listening to One Punch Man who can just kill anyone in one punch, and you listen to Broly who just slams Goku into the floor, and then you listen to Omni Man who like, you know, and I'm just like, every time I listen to the song, I'm like, oh, I'm so strong. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Roy says, isn't Kent or Clark Superman? I don't know, I'm not into DC, just a Marvel fan. Yeah, it's Superman. Clark Kent is Superman. Who's your favorite Marvel character? Mine is Venom and Carnage and Toxin and Phage and every one of the symbiotes. I absolutely love the symbiote line. I think it's so cool because of the way they like merge with their hosts and they take personality traits and stuff. I think the symbiotes are so sick. So Venom and Carnage and Toxin and all that lot, like, Phage is my favorite of the symbiotes because I love the color scheme, but Phage isn't really like, no one wants to see a cat by mom. Phage isn't really that very well represented.
Look at this.
Yoink, cat. Looks so sad. Let's hear your side. Says hi. Let's hear your side. Abadea says, yeah, Clark Kent from the famous DC series Superman. Goofy. Let's hear your side. Says, can you manifest your SP while in a relationship? So you're in a relationship and you want to manifest someone else. Is that what you mean? If so, then yes, you can. No judgment here. You do what you want to do. But yeah, simple answer, you can do that. I would probably advise leaving your person first. But, you know, to each their own. Sam says, been manifesting my boyfriend's parents' approval for months now, but they reject him for months. I want to get married this year, and so does he. What should I do and affirm? So the first thing that you should do is stop assuming that they are rejecting you. Instead, start seeing them as being approving of you. Second of all, stop noticing. Okay, sorry. Let me swap this around. First of all, stop noticing that they're rejecting you. Stop dwelling on it. And second of all, change it from them rejecting you to approving of you. Thirdly, you want their approval for your marriage, which isn't the end result. You want to be married to your person. So I would go straight to the end of, like, if you say affirm, so I am so happily married to, and then fill in the blank. The reason that you want to go straight to marriage is because as part of you being married, they must approve in order to make it happen, which means that they must have swapped their thoughts and feelings, and thus the marriage had happened. So drop the old story of them not approving, change it to them approving anytime you think of it. But overall, try to focus on the end as if you already are married, because then that would then imply that they did approve and the marriage went forward. Top FJS says, I was affirming for self-concept and got complimented the next morning. I just had more compliments this year than I ever had. It's because self-concept is so important. The way that you view yourself is the way the world around you will view you. So if you start seeing yourself as this amazing, incredible person, the world around you will conform to show you that you are such thing. So self-concept is so important. And my most recent video, if you haven't seen it, go check it out and like and comment, because it really helps the algorithm, is all about how self-concept can make someone fall deeply in love with you. Because if you are deeply in love with yourself, that will reflect outward. Anand says, oh yeah, Clark Kent. Chitra said, it actually happened to me. My father was COVID-19 positive, and I used to go near the room trying to see if he was breathing or not. And after his death, I blamed myself a lot. But then an elder said, you didn't manifest it. You were just aware in your subconscious what's going to happen. Yeah, we can't be blamed for other people's deaths, and never put that on yourself. Like, ever. It's not. The universe makes things happen in the way it chooses to do. So you did not cause this, whatever, like by any means. So please, I don't know if you are blaming yourself, but absolutely do not blame yourself. You are not to be blamed for a death at all. And I'm really sorry for your loss. JB says, Jasmine here, your future success story. On Clark Kent's point about music, do you think that television you watch can also affect this? Yes. So one thing that I do want to reiterate, the reason why music, I put that video as music more so than TV and stuff, is because when it comes to music, we find it a lot easier to associate ourselves with whatever we're listening to. Because music has such an impact on us as a species, we really feel into it. We envision ourselves being the people that we're listening to. Even if we have the most amazing like relationships, if we listen to a breakup, so like Katie puts on Cardi B sometimes, and it's that song about like breaking up, and I'm sitting there thinking that she's like getting ready to burn all my shit, you know? And it's like, even though like we're great, she puts that on, and I'm like, hang on a minute, is she putting this on to be relevant to me? So music has such an impact, and it's the association that we have with it. TV will have the same impact. However, a lot of the times we kind of do just mindlessly watch, and we aren't sitting there thinking, oh, this teacher.
You sort of get lost in their story.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're listening to music, you bring it into your own life, and it's almost like you're sort of sat there picturing you in that whole scenario, you in that like music video type thing, and like in your head you start to connect a lot more to the words, whereas on the TV, you're lost in their story. And like, yeah, you might think, oh my God, what if that happened to me? But you wouldn't sit there and be like, that is going on in my life right now. Whereas with music, you kind of do.
Yeah, even
like,
if you don't mean to.
You go into the words, you feel them, you start singing them, you get all sassy and like, you know.
Break a boy shit. But yeah,
call your mum on the phone, let her know.
Yeah, TV will do the same if you allow it to. But most of the time, we don't, because we do just mindlessly get lost in it, like Katie says. So I wouldn't be too worried, but I wouldn't over stimulate.
If you are sat there genuinely like, oh my God, this is my life, this is what is happening to me, then yeah, stop it.
Yeah. Basically,
yeah. Take yourself away from that series, go to your comfort series for a bit, and then come back.
Yeah. Top FJS says, any tips on stopping procrastinating? All right, I'm gonna say this, and a lot of you are gonna not like this. Stop fucking procrastinating. Like I don't mean that horribly, Top JS, but literally it is part of self-discipline. You cannot stop yourself from procrastinating until you stop yourself from procrastinating. There are times when procrastinating is fine. Like all of you right now are procrastinating by watching this stream. However, you are here to learn, you are here to chat, there's a purpose behind it. But if you're just scrolling through TikTok or Instagram, just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling when you know there's something else that you should be doing, do that thing instead. And then if you really want to, you can use Instagram and TikTok as a reward.
Do like 5-minute bursts, 5 minutes of your thing, one TikTok.
Yeah.
5 minutes of your thing, one TikTok.
Yeah. Or another way to, I suppose, there is actually a better way to stop procrastinating. Schedule your day. I put up a video about this, and I do it myself. I'll literally write out a full to-do list, and then I will schedule out. So at 7:40, I wake up, start work. 8:40, I'll do this. 9:40, I'll do it. Like whatever. And I will follow that. And as soon as it comes up to that time, if I can, I'll drop whatever I'm doing and do that thing. If I have some spare time, so let's say I've got an hour set down to do, let's do the hoovering. if I do it in 10 minutes and I've still got 50 minutes left, I will do another task that I have later on in that day in that time slot. And then if I end up running over in time on something else, then at least then I have the latest time slot to do so. And that then allows me to get everything done. And then you can procrastinate, because if you've done everything that you need to do in that day and it's like 7 o'clock at night and you actually have no more tasks to do, that's when you can just enjoy yourself, and you've actually earned it because you've not been fucking around for the rest of the day. You've managed to like tidy your whole house, get your work done, work on your business, whatever it is that you have going on in your life. And you're like, okay, I've done all of this. Now I deserve the reward of TikTok, Instagram, watching TV, meeting friends, having a drink. Huh?
Colouring in.
Colouring in. Yeah. Whatever you want to do. So I know it sounds rude, but it is literally a case of just stop doing it. Just stop. Just discipline yourself.
Also, just 2 little points there. Do not take anything to offense. Sometimes I'm like, I'm nervous, and he's like, just stop being nervous then. That's just him. But secondly, we are all only human, and if it is one of those days where your mental health is just like not great, allocate yourself a bit of time to procrastinate in. Just put it in there and be like, here you go, here's my little bit of time. Once that time is up, because I have it some mornings where I have like, right, I'm going to do absolutely everything, and I get home from the school run and I'm like, oh my god, I can't do anything at all today. I feel like absolute duty, and I just want to lie down, and I just want to ignore everything. I look at my phone and say like it's, I don't know, 27 minutes past. I'll go, right, okay, until 1:45 I'm going to do fuck all. I'm going to do nothing. And then at 1:45 I'm going to stand up and I'm going to make myself do something. And then normally, once I've stood up, made myself do that thing, I then just go on to the next ones. But like I said before, if it's one of those days where it is just absolutely shit, I'll, do my thing, and then it's 5 to 9. And so between 5 to 9 and 9, I'll do nothing again. And then at 9 o'clock, I start the next task. Yeah, there are some days where it's just too hard, but there is still like ways around, kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I never say anything meaning to offend or anything. It's just, it is true. Just stop doing it. But that's what Katie just said. The scheduling can really help with that. Sometimes, yeah, you do feel like you have to just have the day off, and that's fine. We all have those days. But I find that when I'm not feeling particularly motivated, having something that keeps me in check time-wise is a lot easier to follow than trying to just motivate myself. Because if I'm like, I've got all of this to do and I need to just actually go and do it, I find it a lot harder than to go, oh, I've got all of these things to do, but I've actually got quite a lot of allocated time to do so. And you'll find that like it does help out quite a lot. But yeah, don't take anything I say if it sounds rude as me being rude. It's just literally just a case of like tough love. I'm just blunt basically when it comes to certain things. So yeah, like she says, I do it all the time. So I'm quite nervous. I'm like, why?
Just stop being nervous.
Just shut up, get on with it. I do it to like the kids all the time as well. That I'm scared. I'm like, just do it anyway. It's just a spider. Shut up. Little do they know I'm scared of the spider. No, I'm joking. I'm not scared of spiders. I'm actually not. I'd fucking kiss one. Abonea says, oh, oops, states of country that my SP got into uni. He offers, and yeah, no, I figured it out after I'd read it through. It's just the first time I read it, I got really confused.
Oh, we're really far behind.
Yeah. Oh, are we? Oh, no.
We're very far behind.
Natty J, yeah, to be fair, we're going to have to start slowing down the questions soon as well. Natty J, oh, Dion Tyler's going to come in and be like, hang on.
You are not going anywhere. Get your
No, it's not Dion Tyler. Who is it that does that? It's someone else.
I thought it was.
I don't know. I'll probably see towards the end. I thought I can't remember that.
I feel like it is, and he's like, "Go on, get yourself a Pepsi."
Yeah, we'll have to see. Natty J says, "Yeah, I love that meaning you gave to the dreams. It's just like old flushing out." Yeah, absolutely. That's what I say it is anyway, and it's not failed me yet. Oh, it skipped. I hate everything. The chat. It's so annoying when it like because we fall so far behind. And I have to scroll, and it's just like, oh, you want to be at the bottom? No. Oh my god, we have to.
Oh yeah. So wait. Oh no, we've done that one. And yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like just here. Abonea says, Matt, sure, getting a solid 3 in IELTS speaking test. Oh, I'm definitely not. I couldn't even say that. Then I was like, IELTS. No, I suck at speaking. That's why I do.
A public speaker.
That's why I do email coaching, not video coaching, because half of the video coach is me trying to like fumble over my words. Giovanna says, what to do while get the manifestation because my life is very. I'm assuming you mean boring. Find things that make you happy, find things that you're interested in, find hobbies, go out with friends, and just occupy yourself. Work on self-improvement, like gym or exercise. Go out and see friends, have a nice social life, or even meet new friends. Find a hobby that you really like, whether it's external or internal to the house or whatever. Just do things, basically. Like, just find things that make your life no longer quite boring and just work on those and like bring them in. TAU Gem says, my SP isn't responding. Like, I am trying to be positive, but UK still, he removed his display picture too. When you say still, my SP isn't responding, I'm assuming that means you've messaged them and they haven't responded. In this instance, take your attention back, work on self-concept and make yourself realize that they are the one that's losing out by not having you around. And while it's view yourself as like amazing and that they would lose out if they weren't around. Because remember, you want them to be around in your mind, and then live in the end of them being around, and stop reacting to stuff and stop searching. The worst thing that we can do for ourselves is search for answers, search for evidence, search to see if things have happened or haven't happened. Let it all go. Take your attention away, put it on you being incredible and put it on you being with this person, and then go from there. We are very behind in the chat. So for the moment, could you guys slow down with like questions and stuff just until we've caught up a little bit? Because we also will have to go quite soon because it's taken me ages. I keep ranting on everything. Ashley West says, what do you believe you should manifest on a time crunch? Absolutely not. I believe you can. I don't believe you ever should. Reason being, most people aren't very good at not panicking when the time gets closer to the time crunch. And when you start panicking, you're saying, I don't have this thing because I needed it by this time, thus meaning that you don't have it, thus keeping you in that state. I think you should take time out of the equation every single possible opportunity that you can. I never think you should ever put time in. But you can if you wanted to, but it's just not a very good idea, in my opinion. It's the same message twice. Jay Drew said, didn't know about angel numbers. Thank you. And you both look like a lovely couple. I'll keep watching from now on. Thanks. Really appreciate that. We are a lovely couple. But yeah, the angel, if you enjoy angel numbers and if they give you like fulfillment, make you feel happy, absolutely continue to like look out for them. But I'm just saying, don't let that be the end result. It's not, the game isn't over yet, you know? Dev says, oh yeah, on Friday, my SP was like, I was about to call you because I wanted to know how you were doing. It's been a very long time, but what you did was not expected from you, Dev. I was like, no, I wish I never forced the 3D. Yeah. I mean, it's okay. Circumstances don't matter. We live and learn. Just try not to force the 3D again. But hey, I mean, that's a good sign that they're looking at calling you, though. Definitely keep an eye on that. That's a bonus. They put that message like a million times. And then you say, I wish I told her in the face she doesn't have a fucking free will. Would have been funny. I mean, it would have been funny for about all of half a second until right across your face, cross your jaw. But yeah, I've actually never done that to you. I've never done you down free will. I'm just gonna wait till we have an argument. Next time you ain't got free will, and then I will be sleeping on the sofa
in the garden.
Oh, it's like with the spiders.
On the trampoline. That might be fun.
Yeah, just bouncing. TAU says how to be patient. First off, have other things going on in your life, whether it's self-improvement.
I really thought you were going to say be patient.
I mean, I was going to get onto that, but I thought after the way that I handled the other one and you had to get in and defend it.
Be patient.
Yeah, just do it. Just stop complaining. No, have other things going on. That's the thing that works for me. I have like the gym, the business and all that lot. And when I'm trying to work on a manifestation, I don't even really notice like that I'm still don't have it. And then it just comes in like the pay rise. I've been working on a pay rise for a little bit here and there sparingly because I was already like beginning to feel it was real. And then I just kind of forgot and just got on with my day, got on with my work, my gym and so on and so forth. And I just kept doing that. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, we've paid you. And I'm like, sweet. You know, have other things going on, multiple manifestations, multiple hobbies, multiple exercise, whatever, things that keep you occupied. That's how you become patient. And meditating. And then says kind of off topic, but do you like One Punch Man? Absolutely. I can't wait for the next season. Garrow, I like his pecs. I'd kiss them if I could. Kate Davidson says, do you recommend to think of the good parts of my past with SP, or is it telling me indirectly that I don't living in the relationship I desire? No, think of the good parts. Like obviously if there was things that you guys did, like you used to enjoy the fact that you used to go out to the zoo or whatever, then obviously, absolutely, like revisit those things. There's not the only reason that we say let go of the old story is because 9 times out of 10, the old story actually means they don't want me anymore. They don't love me anymore. They've gone here. They've gone, yada, yada, yada. But if the old story is, oh, they've always loved me, they still do, all those kind of stuff, then absolutely anything good, focus on. Focus on good. Focus on already having or having had. Yeah.
Just don't look back like, oh, it's so sad when we used to do this and now we
Yeah,
can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Make sure you're not being like, we can't do that anymore, or I miss doing that. Like, make sure that you're thinking about those memories. Like, that was amazing. Can't wait for the next time.
Yeah.
Can't wait until we go there again.
Or can you believe it's been 3 years and we still do this? And then we use the memory as if it's happening now. That's a cool, funky way. Kind of like the I remember when technique, kind of. Ashley West says, right, yes, I will continue to watch. Good. TAUM Gem says the same thing. That message must have repeated about 20 times. Did you just copy and paste it and just enter? Just like, I've already answered it though, so that's why I'm not doing it again. Leanne D says, hey guys, you're so sweet. I manifested my SP in my mind. It's already done, and I know deep desire inside that it's going to show up. I didn't want to hang out with anyone because I don't want anyone. That's fine. I mean, if that's how you want to navigate things, then absolutely. But you do what's best for you. And if you know that it's already done, then you're already on the right track. And thank you very much for your nice words. We are very sweet. Dion Tyler showed up. Dion Tyler says, hey, Katie and Matt, you made a video of manifesting for your job of making a list. I've done it before, but can you explain your method of doing it before and after? How many things can be on that list? The things that are important. So for me, my original sort of like overall thing was that it was good paid because I didn't have too many. My job being as perfect for me as it is obviously not coincidence, but is much more fortunate because I didn't get extremely clear. All I wanted was within walking distance, high pay, and some working from home. Those were the only 3 things that I did. Oh, what?
There's like another part to the question. You can carry on answering for now.
Oh, okay. So I literally just focus on that. And what I would do is I would literally just have those three things written down. Obviously, if your list is like long, like you want certain hours, certain pay, certain locations, certain companies, certain this, certain that, so obviously you're gonna have a longer list. But all I did was take time for each one of those things, because back then I used affirmations a lot more than anything else. And I would literally just be like, oh, I work for this company that pays me, and then that would be the job. And then I work for this company that allows me the freedom of working from home, and I work for this company that, and I would basically just go through and do a few affirmations for each one of them and just continue to focus on my desired outcome for that role, every now and then slipping in that this job is perfect for me in every way, which obviously it ended up being. And then also you said, do you write your list every day and read it several times a day? So I didn't, my list was literally just a list of what the job entailed. It wasn't scripting. So it was in a sense of like, my job has this wage, my job has this hours, but that was mainly just so I could have a list to better understand what it was that I wanted, not so much to script and then read. However, if you did want to use scripting as your method, script it whenever you want. So if you want to be like, I work for XYZ, earning XYZ, script it as much as you want. However, I would recommend at least reading it once a day before you go to sleep. Try to let it be the last thing on your mind. But it is personal preference with how often you read it, how often you write it, because obviously it's what gets you into the state better. What works for me might not necessarily work directly well for you. You might have to sort of mold it a little bit to be more in line with you. But to go back to the original thing, my list was literally just this is what I have, this is what I want, and then I can use that to focus on my end result. Leanne D actually said more as well on top of her thing, because I didn't. So she says that it's already done in her mind that she doesn't want anyone. But on the other hand, I want to have fun because I'm human, and I started hanging out with someone casually, and I just visualize how I'm going to tell him that we won't see each other because I'm back together with my SP. What is your opinion about it? Well, I don't fully know what part of it you want my opinion on, but I mean, you're operating within your mind that you are with your person, which is great. However, in the 3D currently, you aren't. It might not be that way. So let's use a different example to try and better explain this. If I get a bill that says I owe X amount, just because in my mind that bill, just because in my mind I'm super rich and I don't have to worry about bills, I cannot just not pay that bill. Which means although you might be internally in the state of having your person, which is great, and you should definitely stay in it, you can still navigate your 3D however you would like to. You are not obligated to do anything specific. It is the state in which you occupy. So if internally you're in the state of being with your person, so on and so forth, that's great. So continue to do what you want to do. However, as for the we can't see each other anymore because I'm now with this person, that's all just part of what you're going to have to deal with for going through the route that you choose to go to. That one's more of like a you do you kind of thing because I can't tell you, yes, date other people, no, date or don't, or whatever. This is all entirely your life, and you're going to have to find the way to break that off when it comes to it. However, like I said, until your 3D gets to where you want to be, you are a free person to do whatever you want. Will you get your ass out of the camera? Whore. There you go, censored. Yeah. But
Nice.
but yeah, so that is all your personal sort of like you know, up to you, mate, basically. And Android says, could you stop spamming to the person that keeps putting about the thingy? Great description, Matthew, about the changing the DP thing too. Yeah. Dion Turner says, also, do you write your list every day? Oh, we already did that one. And Android says, did you just say One Punch Man? What the hell? This was so random. I just had an urge to ask about One Punch Man, and now you mention it. There you go. See, I don't have free will in your reality, so there you go. But yes, I did just say One Punch Man. I love One Punch Man. Leanne D says the cat because it's so far behind. You know, like I'm assuming that meant the cat when I just picked her up earlier, and now you're gonna be like the cat, and it's gonna be Bumhole from just a second ago.
The cat Bumhole.
And then Roy said, "Gosh, it was so weird." About the One Punch Man thing. Jay Dree says, "Have you done any law of assumption for dummy type videos? I'm sure a series of how to will be huge success. I only just found out about law of assumption. I haven't, and the reason why I haven't, and I have thought about it, and I might do." But I think my videos are actually quite simple as they are. I might do like a series where I can just do like step 1, step 2, step 3 thing kind of thing. But so far, the way that
you could do a video that's like, you could do like a series of getting into law of assumption. And then be like, this is my videos that explain each bit more in depth. But be like, right, so there are this, and this that you can do. And then because you've already got a video on scripting, you've already got a video on this, you've already got a video on that sort of thing, you could do a stepping into it rather than like even because you do explain everything super simple, like really easy. But for people who don't know the terminology, like myself, I still don't, sorry. When people say, like, I now understand a lot more, but like you say a lot in your videos, oh, and then you have to be in the state, or you're, and for people who don't know the terminology, you could have this is what everything means sort of stepping into it.
Potentially, yeah. I have thought about it, and with some of Katie's guidance, I might make a video quite along like.
I can tell you everything I don't know.
Yeah, I would like that'll be the video. It'll be Katie doesn't know this.
I don't know this, so most other people won't know this either. What's that?
Yeah.
There's still words now that he says, and I'm like, and I sit here and I want to say something, but I feel like it's gonna just be a question for him to answer again. So then I'm like, oh, I'll ask him in a minute later.
Yeah. But no, I have thought about it, but I haven't so far because my videos I like to think are super simple. But if it's something that people want, then I will try to create a way of like law of assumption for dummies and make it super, super simple, step by step, or like that kind of thing. I'll take it into consideration, see what I can do. Oh, Abinaya says the exact thing happened when I jokingly said that Matt stank. Mind you, he didn't see my message at the moment, and he smelled himself for a second right after I said that. Crazy. What the hell? Monica says, hello, I'm so glad I caught you here. Yee. Hi, Monica. We're not going to be live for much longer. Sorry, but
they probably put that quite
about an hour ago.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Commented that.
I have to start doing member only. Like, oh no, because these people aren't members. These are just the normal people. Should be member. And Android says, I'm on cloud 9 right now. I manifested you
7.
confirming you're an. I swear the usual saying is cloud 9. You're 2 clouds off, mate. Okay, shut up. You're on the wrong cloud, mate. I'm on cloud 7.
2.
Yeah, go on. Drop realities. That's why he's on the 7th reality. I manifest you confirming you're a One Punch Man fan without even looking at my message. And then Roy said, he also said, yeah, I remember that, Abinaya. And then Roy says, but still, this was way too random. Yeah, well, I'm glad I made you happy. There you go. Little success story. I'm going to put that in my next video. The time when I confirmed I was a One Punch Man fan.
One Punch Man fan.
Yeah. One Punch Fan man. Okay, so Monica actually did say something. That was a question. Punch one man.
Fan.
Guys, major movement. My SB called me on the phone twice last week and wants to meet me in August. Does not want commitment, but I know he will. Fuck the 3D. I know best. You absolutely do. He wants that commitment, and if he doesn't, I'm gonna come flick his forehead. So you stay in the knowing that he is your man. And did you say that it was a he? Yeah, he will. Yeah. So you stay in the knowing that he is your man and he will absolutely conform. And then you're going to be one of the next success stories. Abanea says, well, I do beat myself up to this day when my uncle was hospitalized. Well, you shouldn't. And my uncle seemed really fragile, yet immediately my mind went to he's going to die. And I'm horrified to this day because it happened. He died over 3 years ago. It's not your fault, Abanea. You can't blame yourself. It's not at all your fault. But again, sorry for your loss as well. JB says, thank you guys. You're very welcome. Monica also said, again, my favorite private jet company in the world is hiring and I want to get the job as VIP cabin crew, but I'm having a hard time believing that I'll make it this time around. Tips. Okay, so first off, change your assumption. You are an incredible employee. They're lucky to have you. Like, since you're the best employee that they have. Remember, you want to already be their employee. So start seeing yourself as amazing and that they're lucky to have you. You're the best employee that they have. Everything has been so much better for them since you joined. They are aware that you are an incredible person, an incredible employee. And just continue to tell yourself these things. You haven't got to necessarily believe it. You just got to impress it. You've just got to be in that state more than you're not. You haven't got to believe that it will happen, but you've got to not believe that it won't happen either. So stop dwelling in the old story and just start seeing yourself as an amazing employee that does have this job already. Tell yourself that it's true. That's exactly what I did. I thought that my job's pay was way out of my range and I kept doubting it. But then I kept also saying, actually, no, I'm the best employee that they've got. I'm this all throughout the day, more than I believed that I wasn't going to get the job and ended up getting the job. It's just all about self-impression, basically. The way that you see yourself is the way that others will see you. So start seeing yourself as the best employee that they could possibly have, and they will be forced to do the same. Top FJS says, any tips on manifesting talents like extraordinary rapping, singing, etc.? So just kind of see yourself as already being there. So it's actually something that I have a bit of experience in, kinda. The more that you do just view yourself as being better at it, the better you will find that you are, or that people will perceive you to be, but also learning as well. So I've said in a lot of videos that action isn't the end, isn't the worst thing if it comes from a state of the end result. So if I'm learning to sing and I watch videos on how to sing, naturally that will create the assumption that if I do this, I will be better at singing, which will then, because it's an assumption, I will become better at singing or whatever. So do some research, do some learning, and then create the assumption that you are better because you did this and you are amazing at whatever this extraordinary talent is, and just continue to see yourself as that and stop looking at stop singing and then going, oh, I suck. Continue to say, wow, that was incredible. That was incredible, even if it wasn't, until it actually is. And that's the way that you improve.
I sing on the way to work every single day and on the way back. And quite often I sing the same sort of 3 songs just because I can sing those songs. Yeah, I've just decided to tell myself that I am the best in the fucking world. Absolutely. And also, the other thing that I used to do all the time is put my windows up and turn my music down whenever I got close to streets. Now I just sing really loud and I'm like, of course these people want to hear me sing. Of course they fucking do. I'm amazing. No reason to be embarrassed. Everyone wants to hear my singing. And I don't know, I might have improved.
But, she's a very good singer. Very good singer.
But I just did the wrong thing then. But anyway, what was I saying? I can't remember.
Something about being good at something.
Yeah. But yeah, so stop being embarrassed. That's the key.
Yeah.
I think. Stop thinking, oh my God, no one's gonna want to hear me sing. Literally, every single one of my neighbors has now heard me turning into the driveway, just at the top of my voice singing.
Yeah. Absolutely. Natty J says, I'm blunt too, so I get it. Laugh my ass off. Good. I'm glad we're union. Abanair says, yo, Matt is rude. Make sure you bag some spiders and spread them on his. I'm not scared of spiders. I'm not. Like I'll literally one of the kids will come in with spiders like webs on their scooter, and I'll just like wipe them off with my
Yeah,
hand.
but like spider webs are different to
yeah, but there could be a
spiders.
spooder in there. That's a house.
Yeah, I guess. So you're okay with ripping down spiders' houses?
I am. I am. Fuck the spider. Shouldn't exist. I'm not scared of them. Doesn't matter. I like them. JRC says everybody needs to quit picking on Matt for being himself. We are all here to learn and support his family. Yeah. See, I'm such a heartbroken little man now. Thanks, JRC. See, he supports me. That's what true support is. Joking.
So being here every day is not.
Top FJS says, how old are you, by the way, if I may ask? You look 19, and when you mention your children, it surprises me that you have children. Oh, right in the feely wheelies. No, I'm 24. I'm 24 and Katie's 38.
I am not 38.
No, she's 27. Yeah, no, 24. I
can't believe you just revealed my real age.
Was I not supposed to?
No, you never, ever, ever ask a woman's age or tell someone a woman's age.
But, like...
I still get ID'd for stuff,
though. But you don't have free will. So, not joking. I'm going to be in so much trouble after this live stream. But yeah, so 24, 27. Natty J says, you two are so cute and funny. Goals for real. Yeah, that's like another benefit to our channel is we're hoping that you guys see us and go, oh, this is what I want, or something along those lines, and then use it as fuel for your own manifestations.
Drive.
Yeah, power, hungry, devour. Top FJS says, manifesting friends / better social life. You can either adjust your friends by no longer seeing them in the bad light that you did before. So if they do things that you don't like, stop focusing on that and instead focus on the things that you do like. Or you can just kind of like affirm that you have met better friends, or that you have a great social life and you love the people that you hang out with, or you have new gym partners that you enjoy going to the gym with. Just basically whatever it is that you want in your current friends or in your new friends, say that you already have that from either randomers or specific people. Natty J says, I've seen so much movement with SP finally after 5 months, and I'm interested, but not as much as I thought I'd be. I think it's because I've changed so much for the better. Yeah, that's quite a common thing, so don't like worry about that too much. There's 2 reasons why that could be. First off, you're right there, Katie. You look like you were like proper zoned out.
I was trying to read a comment.
Oh, I see. First off, obviously you've improved yourself. So what before would have been acceptable for you might not be acceptable as much because you have improved as a person. So now you expect more. The second thing is, obviously, if you've spent all of this time impressing that you're with your person, you're not going to be so like, oh my God, yay, they're finally in, because to you, you've already had this person for X amount of time, like internally. So it might not be that you're not as interested. You just have already been in this state for long enough for it to be normal now. It might be the case. And then Roy says, oh, I guess you don't read manga then. Well, you'll definitely love the upcoming season episode 166. It's going to give you chills down your spine. Cosmic Garo. Jeez, I saw something about Cosmic Garo, but the new season isn't out yet, is it, for the anime? So I won't see it for a little while. But yeah, I did actually see like I don't think it's out. I'll have to double check to see if it's out, or you can confirm for me. But I did see something. I didn't see imagery, but I saw something about Cosmic Garo. What? Do you have something to say?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like getting ready to speak.
That was the comment that I was trying to read, and my brain was just not understanding what it said. I was like,
oh, I see. Dev says, yo, Matt, my SP sent me 4 messages. I haven't looked and responded to it. So should I reply to her or should I test out the law? That's up to you, really. I mean, if they've sent you messages, then they're talking to you. So you can respond to them if you want to, but don't like over push. Like if they're like, oh, hey, how's it going? And don't go back and go, oh my God, I'm so glad you messaged me. I really miss you. Please come home. Like, don't be like that. But there's nothing to stop you from just talking and continuing to live in the end while you talk. You still need to navigate the 3D how you choose to, but don't over push, because obviously that might cause more problems. But yeah, if you want to respond by all means, or leave it and test out the law. That's entirely up to you. Chitra Roy says, hey, cute couple, thanks again for your support. It's almost 2 a.m. now. Got to go. Good night. No, night. Sleep well.
You've probably already gone, but good
night. Again, it's like 3 a.m. for them now. Avenea says, in that situation, Dev, I'd first calm down. I wouldn't think much about the messages, and I'll clear out my mind, blocking myself from feeling any sort of emotions unless I see something in the messages which makes me happy. I won't see the messages until I calm down and block myself from feeling any emotions. And then after some time, I open up. I open it. If it's something amazing and normal, I'd be happy as fuck. If it's something the other way around, I'd ignore those messages and forget that they ever said those messages. It works perfectly for me, which gives me another reason I see more movement with my SP. And this time I'm actually convinced that he feels the same way with me, which he does. Very good explanation. You basically did my job for me. Thank you very much. Jordan Swartz says, has anyone told you that you look like PewDiePie? Also, thank you for the time and effort you put into the videos.
Yes,
You've
about
always
5
managed
people
to
have.
simplify. Yeah, I have had that a lot, and I don't see it. I really don't. Especially considering when I was like 16, I used to be told that I looked like Andy Biersack, Matt Healy. There was another one that I got told that I looked like quite a lot, and I can't remember who it was. But yeah, I used to get told I look like all of them. So going from all of them to PewDiePie is like a very strange jump. I have been told it. I actually got stopped in a shop once around the corner, and the guy was like, "Oh, you look like PewDiePie," and it was just like I was about to ask if I could have an autograph, Felix, and I was like, "Fuck is Felix?" Because I don't know anything about PewDiePie other than like he's a YouTuber and what he looks like. But I don't see it personally. But I mean, I don't know. Is that a good thing? Is PewDiePie a good thing to look like? I don't know. You're attracted to PewDiePie. Dev says, I agree, Abanaya. Callum says, love the live stream. Got to go now. Cheers and speak soon. Thank you for showing up, and we'll catch you later. And we are being spammed by naked bots. What?
Oh.
Ugh. Get the fuck off my stream, you cunt.
Just block it.
I will do in a second. I'll get there in a sec. Juicy calls or hang on. Juicy Jules. Sorry, I'm late, guys. Glad I've caught you. Hope you are well. Love the channel. Thank you very much. I'm glad you're here. We're going to be logging off in like a couple of minutes. So sorry about that. Oh yeah, by the way, can we stop with any more comments and questions now, because we're trying to wrap up and we have quite a few to get through, I believe, because it's quite late for us now, isn't it? 9:30. But thank you for showing up, everybody. Abonea said Matt's next live stream is going to be him rapping throughout the session. Live stream number 14, dropping bars. I'll do it. I will do it. You stupid porn bot. You're put on a timeout. I wanted to put him on a timeout first. I will report it, but I wanted to put him on a timeout. Report.
Pornography, though.
Pornography. Yes. Okay. Oh. Yeah, fuck you. And then Roy says, yeah, absolute roller coaster and rabbits. Yeah, about the roller coaster and rabbit. Yeah, I'm scared of those. And there's one thing. You missed one thing, but I'll give you credit for remembering those two things. Abonea says, what the fuck? Yeah, it was fucking piss off porn. Why? I've never had porn in these things before. Maybe it's a sign. Maybe that's my new it's the OnlyFans that people think that we for some reason do. Abonea says that was quite a lot of spam right there. Sheesh, yeah, you're telling me. Natty J says, I thought Katie was 23, 24. I'm 23. Yeah, well, she's ancient. Yo, I'm gonna get hurt. I'm joking. You're my lashes. She's not. She gets ID'd more than I do. I'm in so much trouble.
One time, right, I went to buy an energy drink and the man was serving. I say the man, he was 16 himself. I'm sure he was not older than that. And he went, do you have any ID? And I went, yes, here you go. Because it happens to me all the fucking time. And like sometimes people say things like, oh, you look way younger, or oh, doing well, and stuff like that. He went, oh, I'm so sorry, ma'am. I didn't mean to ID you. And I was like, ma'am, like, what the hell? I was so offended. I like marched out that shop. I wanted to cry. I was like, how dare you call me ma'am? I was so upset, wasn't I?
She was.
I was so upset. I am not a ma'am. Ugh.
She's a ma'am.
No, I'm not.
Abonea said Matt's not going to have a good night. Yeah, I know. I'm going to be beaten up after this. Thoughts and prayers. Emma says, how do you handle negative friend who is always sharing her limiting beliefs? It's rubbing off on me. And when she talks bad about coworkers, I start to believe it and it manifests. I just tell her, shut up. Say you don't want to talk about it. No, obviously, realistically, remove yourself from the situation if you can. Don't take in anything that they say. Whenever they just let it go, just be like, well, yeah, whatever. You have your opinion. However, I don't see that to be true. And if it's really that much of a problem, start looking for new friends.
I have like a very negative friend.
Mood Hoover.
And it did like quite often affect me, and the way that like they were acting and speaking sort of like rubbed off on me. And now I just view them as a negative person. And so like anything they say or do, I'm like, oh, but that's just because they're a negative person.
Yeah,
sort
that's
of
just
thing.
them.
I'm a positive person. They are a negative person. And I don't let the negativity affect my positive, basically. I'm like, no, that can't come into me. Like, that's not part of me. I am positive, they are negative. That's why they have those thoughts, because they are negative and they can't help it. But I'm positive and I can.
Yeah. You just don't associate with what they say. And if it gets that bad, just start looking for new friends, I suppose. Abanaya said, put a crime will last the face. Dev put, Matt, my SP is 2 years older than me, and I'm okay with it because she hits different, even though she's from a different country. Fuck it, my infinite intelligence knows what to do. Absolutely, I prefer having someone who is older than me. So if that's what that's relation to, or if you're just making a statement, I've lost this chat. I don't know where these chats are coming in from. So, but yeah, no, I get you, and you want what you want, innit? Natty J said, yes, so true. You always explain things in a way that's so true, and I've never heard it before. I've been in the state for so long that it's like normal now. Oh, good. I'm glad that you agree with what I say. Otherwise, it'll be a bit of an awkward situation. Top FJS says, I'm going to affirm that I'm the biggest and baddest gangster. Do it, by all means. If that's, I regularly tell myself that I'm a badass. That's my thing in it. And then Roy says, nah, it's not out, but just look up for fan animation on YouTube. Cosmic Garo versus Saitama getting totally serious with a dead face. Oh my God. No words. I will definitely have a look. I like it when they animate his face. Like, it's obviously the bald. I got really nose. When he's obviously like the bald and like no animation, but then when he gets like all the detail, you know, he's about to kick some fucking heads in. JRC says, Emma, this is why I don't share my path with others. Yeah. Natty J says, Emma, that's normal for people to have so many limiting beliefs because they don't believe in manifesting. I have friends I've had to distance from, but others that are willing to listen. Yeah, my friends, I talk to them about it, and we kind of have all of this respect where we have our own things. Some of them like doing certain things, some of them like doing others, and we kind of just, if we talk about it, we listen, but we don't necessarily go, oh my God, that's amazing, you know, unless it's something they're genuinely passionate about. If it's something that we're not interested in, because there's just no point in trying to fake it, because then people know that you just don't care. Avanea says Katie is the British version of Marcia Puder's wife. Oh, mate. This better be good, otherwise I'm gonna fucking ban you again. Come up with a cat. How did you spell it? Marcia Pudy.
You've put P.
Yeah, I knew that. I was just making sure that you were paying attention. I didn't even spell it remotely right. What the hell? Oh, okay, fair enough. I don't see the resemblance.
Unless they mean similar acting.
Oh, it's like a similar role sort of thing. Yeah. Don't know.
Or similar personality.
I do not.
They also in YouTube videos? Wait, is this us, guys?
Hang on, what face is he? He looks like a mug.
Oh, no.
I don't like this. I'm turning off the stream.
We're going. Bye.
Bye.
Just stop.
Emma says, I'm not sharing my path. It's just her venting about people, but her negativity bothers me and rubs off on me. I've explained LOA to her, but she doesn't practice it. Just leave her to it.
There is absolutely no point in explaining law of assumption to a negative person.
100%.
Like, just if somebody has that mindset of, oh, I might as well be dead, or I might as well just this, I might as well, like, somebody will find a negative in everything. If you try and explain it to them, they instantly are like, oh, so I can just do that. And like, they see it as a negative thing when it's like, you can do whatever you like. And they're like, oh, so I can do whatever I like then. And it's like, well, yes, you can. You actually can. And they're like, oh, yeah, all right then. So I can just go. And it's like, yes, but they will choose to find a negative. There are so many people I know that just choose to find the only negative thing. Yeah. They walk into a room, a perfectly pristine, lovely, beautiful room, and they're like, there is a dust on that corner. They can't see anything but shit.
Victim mindset.
And yeah, sorry, got a bit rambly then, because as soon as that you said that, it just popped like 10 people into my head that I know in my life, and I was just like,
I'm one of them. Natty J says, okay, just affirm that her energy doesn't affect you, love, or tell her you would rather talk about something else. Yeah, basically.
Stop being a bit.
Yeah, just had to get over herself and then just ignore it. And then Natty J says, laugh my ass off. I love Katie. My SP is 2 years younger than me. Hey, there you go. We are your birds beforehand. Yes. Emma says, thank you, Natty J. And then Natty J says, oh my God, when customers call me ma'am, I hate that too, but it's the meaning I give the word to. Laugh my ass off. I look 19, so when they call me mom, I'm like, excuse you?
I know, it's such an insult.
I think, just like, to me, that's a good thing.
No, but especially in the UK where people don't say that word, for somebody to say, "Oh, sorry, ma'am."
Okay, yeah, I can kind of understand that.
Like,
But like,
nobody uses the word. And
but
a ma'am is definitely an old lady.
no, in my opinion, a mom is sophisticated. Like whenever I think of mom, I think of like someone with a degree
I feel
potentially,
like
or
if
like
he
a
went, "Madame," I'd be less offended.
no, because that just sounds like a twat.
Yeah, but I'd be less offended because it would be like funny. But it was
Oh yeah, I
ma'am.
suppose. I think
Like, he was genuinely upset that he thought I was younger than I was. He got genuinely like I was going to be offended. He was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, ma'am," and I'm like, I don't mind giving
yeah,
you
but
my ID.
I
But
don't,
it's the shock. And it's like when people see my birth year is like in the 1990s, they're like,
I don't know. I think mom's a good thing. I wish someone called me mom.
"Me, mom."
Me mom. And then Natty J also says many people use mom as a general term for anyone, any age. Yeah, see, it's not a bad thing. See.
No, but not here. Nobody does it.
And then Abanaya put, yep, with the skull face. Natty J says also, so true. People look for shit everywhere. It's like they're on autopilot too. In the
Like,
South,
just clone in like one thing.
yeah, and then in the South they use mom as respect for someone's name you don't know. See, I went to cadets and I did like a lot of stuff with like all of that. So mom was obviously anything like that was regarded as an officer, like a female officer. Anything second lieutenant and above was mom. So to me, whenever I hear mom, I think of like sophisticated or like highly respected. So to me, mom is a good thing because you used to call the people that were clearly like not above you. It's not really. I mean, they were, but you know what I mean. Like they were clear. They'd worked to get there, so it was something that you had to respect their title for.
Okay, I'm just gonna take it as a compliment.
I think it's a compliment. Like
Such a
if I ever,
compliment.
I wouldn't obviously call you mom, but if I called you mom, I wouldn't be saying it as like a.
Mom.
You know exactly what I'm going to do, and the stream's over. Anand, oh yeah, Anand, where am I? Oh yeah, Anand says, yeah, I mean, mom sounds formal and respectful to me. See, me and Anand are on the same page. Dev said, people assume that I am 20 or 23, but in reality, I'm 18. Oh, you're quite young. That's cool.
Child.
There's nothing worse.
10 years older than you.
And then
I am 10 years older than them. I'm leaving.
Rupesh says, just want to know if your SP is married to someone else in this situation, can people manifest him back? Also, one more question: can people manifest a relationship with a celebrity? Yes, and yes. You can manifest someone back regardless of the situation, and yes, you can manifest in a celebrity. Most people don't because they hold on to the story of it never happening, but that's not because it can't happen. This is because of like the way people are. But yes, both of the answer to both of those is yes. And Android says, wait, what? Am I really the youngest? I'm still 17. I think you are. I don't think there's anybody else that's and Abane is 17 too. So yeah, you two are both the youngest. Dev said, yes, you can, Rupesh. And Android says, I assume Dev was younger than me. Abane says, I'm 17 too. And Android said, oh, lol. And Abane says, 17, turning 18 in a few months. Dev said, damn, and then my dad was first married when he was 18. Oh, nice little background story there. Right, that is all of the comments and questions and everything. So we are going to wrap the stream up. Thank you everyone for showing up and being here yet again. The stream was a lot like more smooth than some of the later ones, which is good. Yeah, and once this live stream goes live, if you guys could all like and comment on it, it helps the algorithm. And we will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye. And you are very welcome, Natty J and Dev. We will catch you later. Bye-bye.